same. The trees will all be gone, they'll keep rolling on, 'cause they don't care about you or me. When I came back home again, I knew that things just wouldn't be the same. Like when loneliness was gone and I kept rolling on, 'cause there was a you and a me. Take much more of this. You take the gold and I'll take the forest, where your money tree won't give you any shade.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke, haha, that chance. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look up there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Ah.
gods! My roast is ruined. What if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour.
His crazy explanations, super intense, all we need is medication. We hear Skinner's vague exaggerations that we don't in towns and nights.
Seymour! Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Can you join me?
Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour?
No, that isn't smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams. Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
No, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
What region?
Upstate New York?
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
Oh, not in Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
I see. You know, these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger.
Oh, no. Patented Skinner Burgers. Old family recipe.
For steamed hams.
Yes.
Yes, and you call them steamed hams despite the fact they are obviously grilled.
You know, one thing I should... Excuse me for 1 second.
Of course.
Oh, well, that was wonderful. Good time was had by all. I'm pooped.
Yes, I should be. Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
That's it?
No.
Seymour, the house is on fire!
No, Mother, it's just the Northern Lights.
Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say, you steam a good ham.
Take your time. We can do it. Take your time. We can do it. Whoa. We can do it. Whoa. Take your time. We can do it.
You know that I've been living, I'm terminally hip, and you see me calling it again. Weekend at the same gym, through the door many times, same condition, broken mind. Gotta start the same show all over again. Powerless, flowerless, cannot do this anymore. Remember to surrender to the power of your choice. Acceptance is the answer. Page 449. Slow down, take it easy, Tommy. Ain't no hurry here. Take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time. Take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day at a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time. Take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time.
Take your time. We can do it. Take your time. We can do it.
Inventory, purgatory, checked out my soul. I'm a legend in my own time, legend in my own mind. The blood is in the jug, and reality is setting in. The pink cloud is where it's in. The girls are looking good, but I'm broke. Hey, Tommy, looking good, got a tan, feeling better. Heard you reading chapter 5. You know how to stay alive. Every morning at your knees, 90 minutes, 90 days with to share. We care, check it out, Tom. Take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time. Take a time, take a day at a time. Take a day, take a time, take a day at a time.
Take your time. We can do it.
Such a good song. How's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. Hello. People ask me what my favorite Scatman song is. I think it's this one. This one's really good. How's it going, Cade Word, Kiki Nick, Ludicrous Limes? Hope everyone's all doing well. Swear you did a Toon Boom video already. Yeah, I've done several. You can't learn Toon Boom in one video, though. The thing we're focusing on today is character rigging, which I've done videos on before, but not for my channel. I've done them for Toon Boom's official channel. But, you know, I've learned a thing or two, so I wanted to kind of go over different things. Kevin, hello. Happy Monday. So yeah, I just wanted to also, someone on Patreon asked me to make a video on it, so like that means a lot to me. If someone's willing to like part with $1 or $2, you know, I really appreciate that. So that gets a bit more weight to it. You can definitely buy votes here. Like, this is not a democracy. This is absolutely a corrupt government situation here. How's everyone doing? Everyone have a good weekend? I hope you did. I cleaned my room and it feels so much better. I started packing. Yeah. I got to retire one of my sketchbooks. I finished the sketchbook, so I did my ritual of taking all my pictures of my favorite drawings, and then, it's so dumb, but I really like doing this. I was really tempted, because I'd already bought a new sketchbook, and I was, like, really excited to open it and use it. So to kind of, like, prevent me from doing that, and also because I really like opening things, I wrapped it in plastic wrap and, like, heat shrunk it. So I did my own wrapping on it in plastic, and I got to open it over the weekend, and it was very fun. I'm glad I did it. But yeah, I don't know what to do with my sketchbook pictures. It'd be cool to share them somewhere, but they're pretty horrible and lewd, so I probably can't share them anywhere. Lime's busy, and more busy. Realize I should clean my office too. It feels so good. I love having a clean room. I'm into this habit of like not giving a fuck about cleaning anything until the weekend. I don't know how I feel about it. It seems fine for now. I think I should try to keep things clean as I go though.
If I only knew that's what you're into.
There were some really cute ones. I also noticed like a big jump in quality like at one point, which was like a bit surprising. I didn't notice it going through it. It's always that always feels good. I also gathered all my tax stuff together. Still haven't done it, but now I'm like ready to do it. So that was my weekend. It was chill. Did some walking. Weather was beautiful. Also went on a couple picnics. It's been really nice here in Portland. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get the show started. Well, my name is Jesse J. Jones, and this is my show. I'm Jesse J. Jones, yeah, this is my show. It is my show. And I'm Jesse J. Jones, and if you didn't know, I'm Jesse J. Jones.
That's what you are.
Listen, Tersey, listen. I'm here. Thank you for being here. There, I've said it to your face, fucker. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Let's see. Let me open up my... Stop it! Let me open up my recorder. So, I've gone over... blinking. I also did some of this over the weekend, working on this video.
Thank you too, Jermaine.
So I've done blinking. The next thing I want to do is mouth shapes. So that's what we're gonna record. So I'm gonna be recording for this video, so I won't be able to interact with chat while I'm recording. So just as a heads up. Also, I'm gonna put tutorial voice on, so be prepared for that. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm still kind of waking up. It's tough to do tutorial voice first thing in the morning. Let's see. Get my node view up here. Oh, I love Rob Zombie at a nice, reasonable volume. Okay. Let's record. Okay. Put that off screen. That's weird. On OBS, I don't see it right here. That's interesting. Maybe Camtasia like hides its little recording window. All the same, I'm still gonna keep it off just so it doesn't get recorded. 'Cause I don't know. Let's see. Oh. Bop, 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 bop. All right. Alright, so the next thing I want to go over is how to do mouth shapes for your lip sync in your animation. So, just like with anything really, there's a million different ways you can do mouths and how to rig mouths. I'll show you just a simple way of how I would suggest to do it. One of the first things I would suggest doing is tying your jaw along with the mouth shape. So, one thing we can do, if I press O in my node view to navigate to my head shape right here, I can use my cutter tool. Oh, maybe we should organize this? No, it's fine. Just do a cheeky little thing like this. That's fine. So depending on what kind of animation you want to do, I usually like having the jaw move along with the mouth. It's just preference. If you're not doing that, don't worry about this step. But I'm going to go to my head layer. I'm going to take my cutter tool, and I'm going to cut off the jaw on my character here by pressing Control X. Oop. And you'll see, because our color art is separate from our line art, we actually have to turn on Affect All Art Layers, which is this button right here. I use that feature a lot, so I also have it in my customized toolbar up here. And then press Control X, that'll cut the jaw off. Then the hotkey to make a new layer is Control R. Call it jaw. And then, let's see. And then if we want to arrange this, let's put the head, nose, and ears here. And then we'll put the jaw right here. We'll have the jaw appear behind the head, so we'll put it to the right of the head, just like this. And then again, we want to have a peg on our jaw, so press Control P, just like this. And then drag from your input onto your jaw peg right here. And then on my jaw layer, I'm going to go into my camera view and press Control V to paste that jaw back in there. So now we've got... So now we've got our jaw and our mouth separated. Just like this. Also, when we go down to our jaw layer, if we go down to our timeline here and press O to navigate to it, you can see our jaw only exists for one frame, so we do need to extend all the way to the end of our scene here for that brand new layer, just like that. This song is very distracting. Let's see. So for mouth shapes, here's a graphic of different mouth shapes that I like to consider when I'm doing lip sync. These are the ones I'll typically draw. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my mouth layer here. Go one frame down. add in a blank frame, turn on my onion skin so I can see my previous frame for my mouth. And I'll draw my first mouth shape, which is usually like an S shape, like a almost closed but making an S shape, kind of like this. And we can turn on our light table just so we can see what we're doing a bit easier. So for teeth, I'm going to fill it in just with pure white like this. And that's this mouth all done. Let's go to our next one. Insert a blank frame. For this one, I like to do the E shape. So E is a little bit extended. With the mouth open, just like this. Trying not to fiddle with things too much. Okay, and then we fill in the teeth with pure white. And then for the back of the mouth, we need a new color. So I'm going to click the plus button in our colors here. Double click this color. And I'll set it to like a dark red like this. We'll call it mouth inside. Hey Brave, how's it going? Mouth inside, and then fill it in just like that. And then the next shape I like to do is the ah shape. So it's usually the tallest mouth shape that I do, the tallest and biggest mouth shape that I like to do. And I'll usually draw that like this. Good music today. And then we need a new color for the tongue. I'll make that like a pale sort of pink color. And then the next shape I'm going to skip ahead 2 frames, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to skip ahead 2 frames and create a blank frame. And I'll do a large ooh shape. Then I'll go 1 frame forward, create a smaller ooh shape. This is everyone's favorite mouth shape always. Everyone likes the small ooh shape. Fill that in. Alright, so let me explain why I went ahead 2 frames here. So, there's a transitional mouth that I usually like to use in between any ah shapes or big mouth shapes into these ooh shapes. I usually like to do a little transitional mouth. This mouth shape also works with R's. It's intended to be used with R's, but I kind of use it to transition in and out of ooh shapes, and when I draw it, it looks a bit like this.
Come on over here. Come on, coward. Coward! I know that I want to punch you in the nose. I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You're an awful dumbass. And I'm coming. You're a tough guy. I hate you, coward.
God damn it.
We're gonna defeat this anti
Okay.
scum. We're gonna wreck their world.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Start over.
Do the Mario swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take 1 step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it.
There we go. More like that.
It's the Mario. Do the Mario swing your arms.
I love how that video like face tracks Alex Jones. It like tracks his face. It's so funny.
All together now.
Oh,
Come on now.
just like that. So you can use this shape for R's. But like I said, it's also good for transitioning in and out of ooh shapes. And then the next shape that's pretty useful to do is like a D or an L shape where you're putting your tongue on top of your teeth. It's very useful for laws or das, things like that. So I'm going to copy this ah shape over here just to use it as reference. Paste it right there. Turn on my onion skin. And for this shape, I'll make it just a little bit smaller than my ah shape. Just like that. You can't say just like that and then keep fiddling with it. It doesn't work that way. Just like that. So that looks pretty good. The next shape, and one of my favorites, I'm just going to insert a blank frame right here, is the F shape. The F shape I find really fun to draw. So for the F shape, when you're doing F shapes like that, you kind of bite your bottom lip. So typically when I draw it like this. It's a really fun mouth shape. And that's all of our mouth shapes. So we're up to frame 9. We've done 9 different mouth shapes. These are the typical ones that I will usually draw. And I think for a simple character rig, I prefer having mouth shape replacements like this rather than rigging a whole mouth. If you'd like to learn how to do a whole mouth rig with envelope deformers and all that, we could go over that. Just let me know in the comments below. the next step is to do the exact same thing, but sad. So I'm gonna go to frame 10 here. Insert a blank frame. And just paste my mouth shape. And here's a little cheat. Here's a little trick for you. You could take your mouth shape and just turn it around upside down. Man, you really get like the best art tips here. So we start with our sad mouth here, and then we continue and we just do the same mouth shapes we did before, but make them in a sadder, how to describe? But make a sad variant of them. So if we turn on our onion skin with our mouth shape copied over, for the S shape I would draw it like this. That looks cute. Blank. Copy our E shape just for reference.
Told y'all y'all wasn't ready for it. I'm for real this time. I ain't fucking around no more. I ain't fucking around anymore.
And then for a sad E shape,
Police officers in the world.
have it like this.
They give tickets. It's gotta stop. They're beating people. I don't understand it.
Hey, Mush.
The other week, I was driving down the street, going a little fast, might I add. Looked in the rear view and what did I see? A police car coming after me. The lights went.
You guys don't follow Mush, by the way.
I did what he said.
One of my favorite streamers. Go follow Mush. Go follow Mush if you don't already.
Slow down, son. You need to watch your speed. Walk back to his car, look me up in his computer. I don't have warrants. I'm a law-abiding commuter. Came back to my car, said do the speed limit. Handed me a paper. Aw, dang, it's a ticket. Heck the police. Heck the police. Get a real job.
Stop being mean. Heck the police.
Heck the police.
Stop being mean.
I'm gonna do some weed. Heck the police. Heck the police. Get a real job.
Just like
Quit
that.
being mean. Heck
Okay,
the
and then
Heck the
blank the
police.
next frame.
Time to rebel, I'm gonna do some weed. The other
Copy our
day,
A shape
I was
just for
on the
reference.
street quite diligently.
So you can see the pattern here. I'm just copying my happy mouth shapes, pasting them one frame ahead just so I can reference them when I draw with the onion skin.
As I was walking, a whistle was heard.
And I just make sad mouth shapes of the rest of them.
Here, sir. Walked over
Oo shapes typically are gonna look the same, so those I'm probably just gonna
for jaywalking.
copy and paste and just create duplicate frames of.
Heck the police. Get a real job. Quit being mean. Heck the police. Heck the police. Time to rebel. I'm gonna do some weed. Heck the police. Heck the police. Get a real job. Quit being mean. Heck the police. Heck the police. Time to rebel. I'm gonna do some weed. The other day, I was going to the shop, parked in a spot, and then opened my soda pop. Got out of the car, put my money in the meter, turned my Spotify station to Justin Bieber. Walked around downtown for
You know what
about
song I
3
really wanna
hours.
hear?
Holy cow, my parking time is expired. Ran to my
I have a
car,
song I wanna hear.
up to Lee. On the
It's a really good
windshield
rap
was a
song.
parking fee. Heck the police. Heck the police. Get a real job. Quit being mean. Heck the police. Heck the police. It's time to rebel. I'm gonna do some weed. Heck the police. Heck the police. Get a real job. Quit being mean. Heck the police.
Oh, I thought this was what it was called.
Time to rebel.
Maybe I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
do
it.
some weed. Yes.
Not this. Oh, maybe it's this. I think this might be it. Good reason to skip. Hold on, song request, that one. Skip. Oh, it didn't play it. Lame, 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 lame. Let's see if I can find a different version. Boku wa, boku wa, boku wa, boku wa, boku wa, boku wa, boku wa. Let's try this one. This song we don't have to skip. We can keep this song on. This is not the cartoons, so it's fine. Alright. Bring this up a little. I love Boku no Hero Des. Blink. R shape. How are you doing, Mush? Hope you had a good weekend. And hey, Renee. Boku wa, that's how the Japanese say it. Hello and goodbye. Another amazing streamer. If you guys don't follow Renee, love Renee's streams. They're so fun. They're so chaotic. Let's see. So, sad mouth for this one. Oops, wrong color. Oh, I'm glad to hear, Mush. That's good. Alright. Get a real job. Stop being me. Alright. And then for the U shapes, I'm probably just gonna copy and paste them over just as they are. And not do any modifications to them. I will, click on this create duplicate art button right here, just so they're separated from the happy mouth shapes. So just in case I want to change them down the line. For example, this U shape, if I were to draw a blue X on it, oops, if I were to draw a blue X on it, let's do it without the onion skin. You can see this blue X is over here as well, so that's why I create duplicate drawing on these when I copy and paste them, just to keep them separate for the sad mouths. And then we just have the F shape and the L shape to do, and then we'll be done. Turn on our onion skin. Heck the police.
You know that I fuck on the back of McDonald's. I swag on the
This song.
Don't get no cheese when I go to McDonald's. I'm driving McDonald's. But at the kitchen,
It's a rap and every song rhymes with the word McDonald's because it's McDonald's.
up at McDonald's. You know that I'm loving it cause it's McDonald's. I'll be a pop singer just like a Madonna. You out of the tournament, out the round robin. I'll get you some food, what you want at McDonald's. I'll buy out a product, collab with McDonald's. I got my whole debit card out of McDonald's. The shot that she wanna get, don't take a banner. I don't got enough of that, you get McDonald's. I smoke on the runs like I'm fucking Obama. I go down to Georgia, I go to McDonald's. I'm hungry as shit, so I go to McDonald's. I wanna meet Papa, I wanna meet Mama.
I want to make Papa, I want to make Mama. Love that line.
Thank you everyone on Twitch for supporting me. I'm so fucking hungry, eat my McDonald's.
I want to make Papa, I want to make Mama.
Break a neighbors want me show my credentials. Said, I work at McDonald's. McDonald's. I said, I eat the McDonald's. I said, is that a fucking problem? I said, wait, let's go to McDonald's. You know
That's
that I
such a
fuck on
good
bag at
song.
McDonald's. I swag on a bag and I got the McDonald's. I don't get no cheese when I go to McDonald's. I'm driving McDonald's. I put out the kitchen back at the McDonald's. You know that I fuck with big bags of McDonald's. You know that I eat, I'm gonna McDonald's. I never go see, I go to McDonald's. I'll be a pop singer just like I'm Madonna. You out of the tournament, out the round robin. I'll get you
The
some
last
food what you
one.
want at McDonald's. I'll buy out a product, collab with McDonald's. I got my whole debit card out of McDonald's. The shawty she wanna get Dolce Gabbana. I don't got enough of that, you get McDonald's. I don't got enough of that, you get McDonald's.
So dumb.
many countries around the world, a cowboy is called a caballero.
Caballero.
So let's fly south for a
Dude, I grew up with this VHS tape. I used to watch this all the time. The fucking Disney sing-along one.
We're three caballeros, three gay caballeros. They say we are birds of a feather. We're happy amigos, no matter where he goes. The 1, 2, and 3 goes, we're always together. We're three happy chappies with snappy serappies. You'll find us beneath our sombreros. We're brave and we'll stay so. We're bright as a peso.
I forget why Disney made this movie. Somebody explained like a very horrible reason that Disney made this movie. Because I was watching it and I was like, man, this is so cool. Like Disney's like showing a different culture and like being kind of educational about it and not making fun of it. You know, which is kind of rare for Disney. But then someone explained like there was a very specific reason Disney was appealing to Mexican audiences, and I forget what it was. Something very horrible and capitalistic, I'm sure. Jose's great. I love Jose. I mean, I still like the movie. I don't think it takes away from the movie at all for me. I still like it a lot. And it's like, it's not a surprise either. So it's like, yeah, I kind of figured. It's still a very, very cute movie. Let's see. So I think that's all of our mouse shapes. La 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 la. Alright, so we have all of our mouth shapes created for our character here. So, remember how we separated the jaw? Well, now we can bring that into place so we can animate the jaw along with these mouths. Oh, I love this song, but I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Kiki, for clipping. Loud. Alright, so in Toon Boom Harmony, there's this setting called the sync layers, and sync layers can be really, really useful. What they do is they combine two layers to have the same timing and the same drawings. So even though the mouth is separate from the jaw, we can have their animation be linked up. So if we right-click on our jaw drawing layer and select Sync Layer With, we can then click this drop-down and select what layer we want it to sync with. In this case, we want it to be... Where is it? The mouth. So select the mouth and press OK. And you'll see it'll populate the jaw with a bunch of frames. Let's see. Yeah, just as I figured, it makes it disappear, but that's okay. All we need to do is select our jaw drawing right here. Press Ctrl-C to copy. Go to our next frame, Ctrl-V to paste it. And if we want, we could do that on all of these layers before we start animating. So let's go through and paste our jaw back in. Easy peasy. There's probably a faster way to do this. It's fine. And now that our jaw is pasted on all of our mouth layers, and now that our jaw is pasted on all of our mouth frames, now we can start animating it. So for this closed S shape, I would probably keep the jaw about the same. I would start opening it up around this E shape. So you can either use your white arrow tool and drag these points down. That's probably how I would do it. And then just scrub back and forth and make sure that's looking good. And then for the A shape, it's going to be the widest open, just like this. And then when he starts to do the U shape, I like to have the jaw kind of go forward a little bit. So have his chin start to go to the left here. Same for here, just have his chin go to the left with that U shape. For this L shape, we'll just bring it down a little bit. For the F shape, I would probably leave it just regular, just like that. You could even, if you wanted to, it probably would read if you brought it up a little bit for the F shape. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so now what we can do... You know what I should have done is I should have not copied and pasted on the sad mouths, because we're going to copy and paste those from over here on our happy mouths that we just did. So I'm just going to go through and delete the jaws that we don't need. And I'm going to copy them from the jaws that we already did. So here's the E-shaped jaw. Paste that here. Then the A-shaped jaw. Next is the R shape. Then the big U. And then small U. And then the D shape. And then the F shape. Alright, so there's all of our mouth shapes with the jaws all finished. So the cool thing about using the sync layer option is now whenever you select the mouth layer and you use your bracket keys to select a different mouth, you'll see the jaw animates along with it. So not only does it pick the specific mouth shape that you want for your lip sync, but it also selects the jaw along with it as well, so that stays correct. It's pretty cool. Sync layers are very useful. This is just one of the instances where I would use a sync layer, is for cases like this, for lip sync with a jaw. So that's how to create mouth shapes for your character. And the neat thing about Toon Boom is you can actually get rid of these drawings. If I were to select this entire timeline and press remove exposure. So our mouth shapes don't exist anymore, but they do exist if we select the mouth shape and go into... Let's move library up here. But they do exist if we select our mouth layer with our transform. But they do exist if we select our mouth and we go into library. You can see all of our mouth shapes exist in this library view. So our mouths haven't been deleted. They exist inside of the drawing layer itself. And you can see what drawings exist in their drawing layers in this library window right here. That's what this slider is for. It can be for selecting what mouth shape or drawing shape. You can select what frame of So that's what this library window... So that's one of the uses for this library window, is to see the frames in your drawing layer. And then same thing for the mouth. And then same thing for the mouth having different mouth shapes in it. We could do the same thing for our hands as well. So if we wanted to have different hands, we could draw those as well and create a hand library. I think I'm gonna stop the recording right there. Since we're moving on to a different subject. Oh, I'm a bit sleepy. How are you guys doing? Might be time for a coffee break. Don't mush. Boku wa McDonald's. Boku wa McDonald's desu. I see you guys getting ideas. Don't you do it. Alright, open file location. Grab this. Put it under recording. Boom, recordings. Paste it there. Donald no Donado. Can I show you guys something crazy? I'm gonna put it on song request actually. Donald. Is it called Evermore? Oh, what is it called? What's that rhythm game called? Shoot, it's too early. I forget what that rhythm game is called. Oh wait, I know where I can find it. Under Cum Lords. Let's see. Let's see, where is it? John Madden.
We're whalers on the moon. We carry a harpoon, but there ain't no whales, so we tell tall tales and sing our whale in tune. John Madden.
Here it is. Everhood, that's the name of it. Copy link. As much as I like Space Game. Alright, I wanted to show you guys this. I'm gonna take a coffee break. Check this fucking shit out.
I'm George Harrison.
Oh, it didn't play it. Well, check this out instead. Here, let me, I'll just do this. Check out this fucking rhythm game level. It's insane. It's very cool. Come. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going for a cum break. I mean coffee break. Be right back.
Come, 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 come. Come, 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 come. Come, come, come. Come, 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 come.
Monday's my Saturday. Fuck you. Fuck you, alright? Alright, I hate Mondays. Fuck you, actually. Actually, go fuck yourself. How's it going, Lee? Do we have a command for Team Zoom Zoom at all? Let's make a command for Team Zoom Zoom. What is it? Exclamation point command add? Or is it exclamation point? Yeah, could you make that mush? Would you mind? Would you mind? Would you mind terribly? Don't do it if you're busy. I could do it. Or we could use a Team Zoom Zoom command. Thank you, Mush. Alright. Twitch is so cool though, Lee. What do you mean? Look how much fun I'm having right now. Look how much... Look how much fun I'm having. Okay. Need to open a new recording session. I'm very close to this man's crotch. Alright. Record. Alright. So just like with the mouse, we can do different... different hand shapes. So same thing, I'm just gonna create... So instead of creating a blank drawing here, I'm gonna create a duplicate drawing here, just because I still want to keep that joint that we created intact. So I'm gonna use the cutter tool, turn on my light table, and just cut around that joint right here. And then I can use the onion skin to kind of reference. So see how the onion skin kind of fills everything in and it makes it a little difficult to see what's going on? That's one reason I like to use the outline view of the onion skin. So if you want a different onion skin view, you can go up to Edit, Preferences, and then Drawing. And then under this onion skin render style, you can change this to colored outline instead. And it makes things like this a little bit easier to see. So I'm just gonna do a couple different hands. We won't go crazy with it.
Please enjoy.
Bring this down. Oops. What should the next frame be? Maybe like a spread out hand would be good. Desu.
Am I tripping?
And close all these. smooth these out a little. Okay. Color art. Create lines. Oops. Fill that in. Alright, so just as an example, we've got a few different hands here, right? So one thing we can do, it might be a big pain in the butt to have to copy and paste and do that over on this hand as well, right? So one thing we could do is to use our clone layers. That's something we haven't gone over yet. So let's talk about how to clone a layer and where that's useful. So a clone is different from a duplicate in Toon Boom Harmony. For example, if I were to right-click this layer, or if I were to select this hand layer and press O in my node view to navigate to it, if I were to right-click this hand layer, where is clone? I thought I could see it from here. Is it under edit? It's right there. I thought I could do it in the node view, no? Copy. Paste special. Hold on. Let's pause the recording. Toon Boom Harmony. Clone layers. Oh, Toon Boom. Look how helpful this is. Look how helpful this article is. Doesn't tell you how to do it. It doesn't even tell you where the option is. It's just like, this is what you might want to clone if you wanted a copy of something. Thanks, Toon Boom. Thank you. So helpful. Thank you for those 2 sentences. Let's see. Is there a different article? Cloning and duplicating layers. Here's the help file for the same exact thing for version 12. Look how much more helpful their old help file is. What the fuck? So can you not do it in the node view? It's saying to do it in the timeline view. I guess you can't do it in the node view. Okay. So I guess I'll have to explain that. It's a bit dumb, honestly. Yeah. Understood. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee before starting the recording again. Sometimes you might want to clone a layer. This is useful if you wanted to clone a layer. Wow. Thanks, Toon Boom. So helpful. Ula, how's it going? Hello. We're yelling at Toon Boom. How you doing today? Hope your day's going well so far. Alright. I'm gonna restart the recording here. Resume. So to clone this hand layer, we want to go down into the timeline right here and right click on its layer. And you can see when we right click on the layer, there's duplicate selected layers and there's clone selected layers drawings only and clone selected layers drawings and timing. So we want to do clone selected layers drawings only because we don't want to clone the timing, just the drawings that we created so we can copy them over as a left hand. And you can see if we transform that and then use our bracket keys to select different hands, you can see we have a clone of the same hand. But what's cool about this is if I were to make a new hand on this, if I were to draw a new hand on this layer right here, let's do a pointy boy. Alright, Brave, see you in a bit. Oh, you're sick? Feel better, Ula. Lame. I feel like it's really easy to get sick around this time of year when the weather's changing. Let's see. Do. Close these off. Oops, this is on the wrong art layer. Copy that. Paste it in. Oops. It has done the same thing for this clone hand that we have here. It's created that drawing for this cloned hand over here. So we only have to create a hand library once, and then we can use it on both of our hands. But now we have the issue of we need to move this hand over to the left. And to do that, I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna look up someone else's tutorial on how to do that. Pause recording. I mean, I have a method, I just don't know if the way I would do it is the best method. I know Frank Summers talks about that. We've talked about him before. We love Frank Summers. Super good Toon Boom man. Let's see. Frank Summers... cloning layers. No. Toon Boom Harmony. Clone hand. Clone layers. Hand and prop animation. Cloning layers.
So at this point we want to get the fingers to look like they're wrapping in front of or over the controller.
I love these kind of comments where it's like, here, I saved you time in the video. I think this isn't quite what we want, though. Cloning limbs, here we go.
In this video, I want to show you how to clone limbs. When I'm building
this person's very good, too. I love their channel. Their channel's probably one of the best for doing character rigs.
I'm going to build one arm, one eye, one ear, and one leg. And then we're going to clone them and flip them to the other side of the body so that anytime we draw a new cell swap or drawing substitution for the hand or the foot, it'll be available on the other side of the rig as well. So let me show you how this works.
Oh, look, it's me.
All right,
there I am.
Here's my princess.
Weird.
And I'm going to start on the arm. So I've got an arm here, and what you're going to do is you're going to select the group of the arm, and inside I'll show you that I have all of the engineering is what we call all this, with underlay and line art and cutters and all that fun stuff. And what I'm going to do is I need to clone this. Now, to clone this the way that we want to, you want to come to your Node View toolbar and right-click and choose Customize.
Oh.
You want to add this button. It's called Clone Drawings Only. So you'll find it over here on the left side.
Oh, damn, there's a button
you just need
for
to
it.
push the right arrow, and by default, it'll come down here to the bottom. Hit Apply, and then hit OK. And then what you want to do is you're going to click on this Clone Drawings Only button with the ARM group selected in the Node View.
Wow, that's so
we
easy.
Want to rename this so that it's called _clone instead of
I'm not going to copy everything he does exactly. I'm going to kind of show it in my own way. I'm trying to keep things simple, so I won't show any like super advanced stuff. But I'll definitely shout out like all my favorite Toon Boom Harmony tutorial people in this video, because rigging is not my forte. It's something I'm still very much learning. Curious about the vice grip icon you got on the top right of the node view. Is it a script? Nope, that's they added that in Toon Boom Harmony 20, I believe. It's just the cable cutter is all it is.
_1. This will be a little bit easier for anybody to follow later on.
I think it's there by default. I didn't
So
customize that at all.
So now we have a duplicated arm, but it's sitting right behind this one. If we were to turn that off, you'll see that we've got another arm right there. So what we need to do is we need to add a peg. We're going to slide it in, holding Alt or Option to that cable. And then we are going to use the Transform tool and the Animate Current Frame tools. And then we are going to click on Flip Horizontal.
Oh.
Okay, so now it's moved over here. It's not quite right yet. I'm going to move this over. So
okay, they're just doing the same thing I was going to do.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, if anybody were to come through, and I want to show you something. So let's say that somebody was posing this arm, trying to do some foreshortening.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a stomachache or something. And somehow people had kind of messed up what you had going on, and people were confused, and you wanted to just fix it. What you'd want to do is you want to come in here, select everything, and then press R to reset. So now we've got the arm back to a good, useful position. So it's very helpful to be able to press R to reset things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only problem with this is, and I'll just move this back here how I had it.
Oh, I know what he's going to talk about.
Is if someone were to select all the stuff, you know, like the whole
I was
upper
curious
body was
about
messed up,
this.
and they want to push reset. If they reset the arm clone peg, it's going to get rid of that -1x flip and the positioning that we did. So we'd like to have something that won't reset when someone selects it. And I'll show you this really awesome node. If you go into the node library and type static, you'll pull up this static transformation node. I want you to hold Alt or Option and slide it in between the peg and the group. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the layer properties on this. So I've got the layer properties window open here, or you could simply click on this layer properties button to get the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the static transformation, and we're going to click on Bake Immediate Parents Transformation.
Wow,
so
I didn't know this was a thing.
It's actually going to bake in all of these properties that are right here.
That's pretty fucking
cool.
cool.
And so what you have here is on the clone layer, the peg, there's a -1 flip, as well as on the static transformation, there's a -1 flip. So because we have the two -1x flips here, what we want to do is we actually want to delete the original peg.
Right.
Now we've got the static transformation, where -1 on the x scale is cooked into it, and the x and the
static
y
transformation.
are cooked into
Awesome.
it. And so if anybody selects the static transformation and presses R, nothing happens. So it keeps these properties for the entire timeline. And so
I think that's all I wanted to
now that I'm
learn.
looking at it, it looks like it's a little too low. You can actually go ahead and just like type in new values here.
See if there's
That was
anything
probably
else
too
he
small.
goes over.
You see how tiny that's going up? There. Let's say that that's where I want it. Anyways, it'll stay that way the whole time. So I love using static transformations. Now, check this out. This is really cool. If I were now to move the arm...
Here's the video we're going over, by the way.
Switch the hand. I was just using the bracket keys to cell swap there. And then I can use my envelope deformers that I have on my arm to make this a little bit more natural looking. And maybe let's even just do some foreshortening and select all those points. A lot of times it's easier to do this if you make a sketch.
Absolutely, Ula. Dude, I did this a lot while doing my Clip Studio tutorial. Because Clip Studio was not my most familiar program. I had to do it for the light table, like to show how the light table worked.
So what I can do is I can actually select both of the arms, come in my timeline, press center on selection, which is usually O unless you've customized it, and we can see the different groups of the arm. So as you can see, here's the regular arm group, and then here is the arm clone group. Now, a lot of the time, I like to go ahead and color the.
I think I've gotten what I wanted. So static transformation. I did not know that was a node. That's very cool. Alright, let's turn music back on. Just thinking about how I would want to word the same stuff. Let's see. What version of Harmony do you have, Bruce? Are you on an older version? I really like 20 a lot. 20's the one that I bought a permanent license for because it has this feature. Being able to flip the canvas horizontal. How novel. I use that all the time when drawing. When they finally added it to Toon Boom Harmony, I was like, okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm just gonna buy it. They're on like version 22 now, I think, or 21, I forget. But they haven't added anything that I'd be interested in like upgrading to, so I'm pretty happy with 20. I think 20 is a pretty good version. Let's see. Good song. Alright. Let's resume. So for this hand 1, I'm just gonna Alt and drag it off so it's not connected to our node anymore. And I'm gonna move it over to our arm number 2 right here. So here's our original hand that we have here. So you can see if I were to take this hand and connect it here, and then remove hand number 2 with Alt. Ooh, wait, let's undo. Undo. Let's see. Get rid of that keyframe. So I added this keyframe just to move the hand over to the right, just so we could visually see it a little bit better. So I'm just going to get rid of that keyframe by pressing minus keyframe. That'll set it back to the position it was at before. And then I'm going to Alt drag this duplicated hand. You can tell it's duplicated because it's got an _1 on it. Or cloned, rather. It's not duplicated. And I'm going to Alt drag it off, just like this, and move it over to my arm number 2 layer over here. And then Alt drag it in here, and Alt drag this hand 02 off here. But you can see a problem. It's over here on the right still, obviously, because that's where we created it. So we need to find a way to here. So what we can point to its current joint right here. So we want to use the outline mode so we can see the hand. The only problem is this arm, our original arm, is over the top of it, so outline mode's not going to work. So what we can do is we can just highlight arm number 1 and press D in our node view, and that just disables it or hides those layers. So now we can go into this arm, this hand, select it, turn it into outline mode just like that, then grab our hand peg, and using our advanced animation tools, just move that anchor point to that center point we created earlier, just like that. Turn off outline view. So now, to move it over to the left here, we want to make sure to turn animate current frame off. Well, does this matter? I guess this doesn't matter. So when we move it over to the left, we want to make sure we're on frame 1. We don't want to necessarily do this on frame 2. Does it matter? Because if we do it on frame 2 or 3, say we move it over, flip it horizontal, because we've done it on frame 2, our frame 1 keyframe is still over here, so you want to make sure to do this on frame 1. And that looks pretty good right there. And we can delete our old hand that we had. We can safely delete that now. Rename this. To hand 02. Then we can go back to our arm number 1, enable those again. And cool, now we've got 2 cloned layers, so whenever we create one hand in one, it'll automatically add it to our other hand. Super cool. So you know about enable drawing pivot script? It'll automatically change the pivot point of your drawing to your peg's pivot. Oh, gotcha. I'm not sure I want to implement any scripts in this tutorial. This is meant to be like for people who have never opened the node view before. So I'm trying to keep things relatively simple. I'm trying to use as few nodes as possible and probably not any scripts. Let's see. Internet has Monday brain. I feel that. Honestly, I feel that. That does sound very useful, though. That sounds like something I would like to learn about. Let's see. Let's resume. So in Toon Boom Harmony, there's the hotkey of R, which is, I think of it as R for reset. It's super useful. What it does is it resets our character back to the position that we created them in. So, for example, if we were to move our different body parts here, like, say, the shoulder, the arm, and reposition things just like this, we can use the hotkey of R. We can use the hotkey of R on the pegs to reset them back to their default positions. So that's great. That's super useful when you want to get back to an original position for animating. But it's a problem for the duplicated hand that we created, because if we press R, it's going to reset that back to its original position. So there's actually a node that we can use. And shoutouts to what's her name? And shout out to Matt Watts Art. And shout out to Matt Watts Art, who had a very good video on how to duplicate arms and limbs properly. Love their Toon Boom tutorials. So there's a node that you can add called static transformation. So if we press enter in the node view and search up static transformation, and then alt drag that in between our hand 02 and our peg, and then click the yellow box next to it to open up its properties. You can click this button right here, Bake Immediate Parents Transformation. So when you click that, no, it's okay, that's normal. So when you click that, it takes the transformation information from this peg and applies it into this static transformation node. You'll see it flips to the right. That's totally normal because this node is flipping it horizontal, and so is this. So they kind of cancel each other out. All you need to do is just either alt drag this peg to get rid of it, delete it, but we still want a peg on the hand, so you could press Control P with the hand selected and then alt drag in a new one. You could do that and just create a new peg, or probably the simpler thing to do is just to press R on this peg right here to reset that transformation. And then you'll want to reset that pivot back to where it needs to be. But now, if we change the position of our hand and press R to reset, it doesn't flip horizontal anymore. Now it's baked into position. So we've done all the steps to clone... a hand layer just like that. So it's quite a bit of setup, but it's worth it because it saves you time when you're creating different hands further along in your animation. So now we pretty much got our character rig all finished. You could do things like... You could do things like this and have them dance around. You could do things like this. You can have them be Tiny Pants. You can have them be Mr. Tiny Pants. So, so let's say we want to use this character rig in another animation scene. So that's where the library view comes into play. And if you don't see this library window, you can go up to Windows, and then Library. I usually like having it nested here under my tool properties. So for the library window, the way it works is it saves templates. It's a way to export entire node structures or timelines into your library for use at a later time. It's really useful for character rigs, having prop libraries, things like that. So the first thing we want to do is make a new library folder. So I'm going to right click down here, go into new folder? Question mark? Did that not do anything? Open library? I think open library is what we want. So we want to go down into this tiny window right here into any blank area and right click and select open library. And then navigate to where our animation is, and let's make a new folder. And let's call it Rig Library. Oh, let me pause Dropbox.
Stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind.
And let's just say, hypothetically, this is where we're going to store all of our rigs. So double-click inside Rig Library and press Select Folder. And you'll see that'll add a new folder in here called Rig Library. Now, there's a little padlock underneath it. So by default, Toon Boom Harmony locks these folders. The idea is if you're working under a network, you don't want people modifying these folders all at the same time. It could cause problems. So by default, it locks these. So to modify it, we need to right click and select Right to Modify. That'll get rid of that padlock. So now all we need to do is just select our template chan rig group right here. Press Ctrl C to copy it. And select Rig Library folder. Click inside this blank area right here, this big blank area, and press Ctrl V. And that'll paste in our rig. And that'll paste in our entire rig structure. I like to get rid of this -p. It copies whatever name is on top. So I'll just have it be template chan _rig _version1 and press OK. And it makes it a .tpl file, which is short for template. do, do, do. So you'll see in our folder here, if I go into rig library, we'll see our template chan rig .tpl. So it's written like it's a file, but it looks like a folder, right? Like you can actually double click inside of this folder and see a bunch of folders inside of it. I don't want you to think of this as a folder though. Think of .tpls as a file. Think of them as, you know, a file. Think of them as just a self-contained file. So if you wanted to send this rig to someone else through email, you could right-click and zip it up. And then if you wanted to send this rig, this is what you would send to somebody, is a zipped archive of your .tpl file. So now if we wanted to use that rig in a new animation, so let's make a new project. We'll call it example animation. Let's see. I'm gonna pause recording while we set this up. Let's import a background. Let's see. Where's backgrounds? Animations. The one I always like to use is under Teddy Project. I like these ones. I'll import this background. Call it BG. Okay. Scale it up. Okay, that's probably fine. Resume recording. So let's say you're in a brand new scene. Oops, let's turn that. So let's say you're in a brand new scene and you're ready to start. So let's say you're in a brand new scene and even on a brand new computer, and let's say somebody has emailed you this character rig file and you've already exported it into your animation folder, this .tpl file. So I'm going to go into the library window to start importing that. And I'm going to close this rig library folder. So I'm going to right click it and say close library. Ow, that was loud. Just as an example, just to say we were on a new computer. So to import that .tpl file, we do it in the library window. So we want to right click, go to open library. And remember how I said in this .tpl file, it looks like it's a folder? I don't want you to treat it as a folder, because I've seen people double-click inside of this TPL and then go select folder and be like, what the heck? Why is I can't import my .tpl? Well, it's because you double-clicked inside of the .tpl. You never want to do that because it doesn't work. It doesn't, like, import your rig properly. So let's close that. We'll close that library. You want to, do the folder above it, right? So instead of being inside of our template chan rig.tpl file, we want to go one folder up into our rig library. So if we have rig library folder selected and then press select folder, now we can see rig library right here. And if we click in that folder, now we can see templatechan.tpl is in the proper place in the library itself. So now we can click and drag that onto our node view or onto our camera or onto our timeline. It really doesn't matter, wherever you want to drag it. And then you just plug it into your composite node on the left here. And now we have our little character that we can now scale, move him into place, and start animating him. You're getting a promotion. Do a medium shot, kind of like that. So next, let's talk about animating a puppet rig. So for this final segment, we're going to talk about animating a puppet rig. Again, if you like this video and you like the stuff that I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe and like the video so that other people can find this information as well. Thank you so much. Alright, so let's get into animating. Haha, just kidding, I'm actually leaving. Gotta get ready for work. But that'll be the last section. We'll go over some animation tips on how to animate with a character rig. Oh man! Final stretch. How the heck are you guys? Y'all have a good Monday today. I'm sleepy today. I have some tutoring I'm doing in a couple of hours as well. Have some animation tutoring I'm doing for someone, which should be fun. It's exhausting, but I like doing it, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Brave. Yeah. Let's call it here. Let's head over to the kitchen. Let's pass the love on. If you'd like to join me on passing the love, here's our raid call. Replace the emote with whatever emote you like. And let's see what friends are online. Let's see who we can pass it on to. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? We haven't raided, Wartooth in a while. We could do Wartooth. Let's do that. Love Wartooth stuff. So, /raid. Alright, I am going to take a shower because I am stinky boy. Have a good Monday, y'all. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Appreciate y'all hanging out while I work on stuff. If you don't follow Wartooth, love their artwork, love their personality. Go give Wartooth a follow. And I'll see you guys over there. Have a good one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.